Dr. Anamika Bhowmick. Sorry. I'll just retake this. Okay.
Yeah. Like you could say me like first like Anamitra, but then you say Anna. You can address me when you are asking me any question, and I think that would be easy. This is good starting.
That is very unusual of me. Very good evening to everybody, and I welcome once again to yet another episode of Eclectica, the Different News. Today, I have a very interesting guest with me. As you can see, my gorgeous guest on screen already. I welcome Dr. Anamitra Bhowmick, who is a BDS, and now she is pursuing her PhD in UK. And we will learn about her journey and lot more interesting facts and news from her. Welcome, Anna. Thank you so much for accepting my invitation and coming on my show today at Eclectica. It's a pleasure meeting you here, and I'm sure that all our audience is excited too, like me.
Oh, thank you, Gargi. It was nice meeting you, and I'm really looking forward to this conversation. And it's really nice meeting you. And yeah, I'm very thrilled. When I first got your message that about the interview, I really got excited, and I really wanted to do this from a long time. So thank you for inviting me, and I hope this would be a great session for our listeners.
Absolutely. I think I have a lot of questions to ask to you, like regarding how others can follow your path, how you have done BDS, and now you have gone to another country and you are pursuing your PhD, and you have a lot of dreams and aspirations. I know. So I think you are the right person to guide other aspirants who can look up to you and they can also follow the path. Right. What is your inspiration? What motivated you to pursue PhD after completing your dentistry degree in India?
Yes, thank you. So, Gargi, first of all, thanks to you for all the compliments you've given me. That's really nice and very kind of you. So, thank you for that. The first of all, what inspired me for PhD? So that was my master's in UK before. So when I came here after my BDS in UK and did my master's, so that was the period during master's where I liked the education system and where I got developed this interest for research, because I learned that as a BDS or as a dentist or any clinical professional, when you are examining a patient, you are examining only the patient. So you are helping just one patient, just one-on-one encounter, one-to-one, encounter. But when you study research and when you conduct research, you contribute to many lives of people. You contribute to millions of lives and improve their healthcare. So that what inspired me to continue my education. And after my master's, I thought that I would be continuing my studies further in this field, and I applied further. But that was a very long journey in between, because in between the pandemic happened. I went back to India after my master's, and then I started applying along with a job which I was doing in India. So that was quite difficult along with the job, like managing the job as well as you run behind your dreams to to take out time after your job to do all the tasks you need to do. So that was challenging, but yeah, everything works out nicely at the end. So yeah. That's how.
So I think that's your journey itself is kind of very inspirational. So how do you perceive the career prospects for BDS graduates in India who wish to pursue a global career compared to those who stay within the country? So, is there any differences between the opportunities and career, challenges like you? Because I think you have gone through all these phases and you will be able to highlight these things very well.
So I would take a very comprehensive approach to answer this question.
Sure.
So in India, dentistry, so particularly dentistry, like other fields like you say engineering or general medicine, they have lots of opportunities in India only, and you might prefer India over other countries. But in dentistry, the scenario is little different, because when you enter into dentistry, the first of all, most of the students enter into dentistry somehow because they could not make into the MBBS. That's the picture in India. That is not the picture anywhere else in the West. That's not the picture in Western countries. People want to become a dentist, but in India, people study dentist because somehow in the entrance examination they couldn't get MBBS, but still they wanted to be a doctor. A prefix of DR in front of their name. So then they think that, okay, let's go for dentistry. That's how most of the students, which I feel I could be wrong, but most of the students enter into the dentistry, especially private colleges in dentistry. They enter into that because they wanted to be a doctor but couldn't make it somehow into the entrance examinations due to extremely limited seats. Or maybe, like, if I take my example, I wasn't that serious at that stage of life, and the dental college was near my home, and I just thought, the first thought came into my mind that, oh, I would be able to live with my parents.
That's a good
So yeah, because I'm a single daughter, a single
thing.
child, so I was very attached to my parents. So after, when we finish school, then you know that you have to go out, you have to be separated, and you have to do all the work by yourself. So I had a brief period of time when I went outside. I stayed in student hostel. I registered in one of the colleges near. It was a bit far, like 3 hours drive from my parents' house, and I used to miss home a lot. So very challenging. So when, after a 1 year gap, so when it came out that this college is hiring, like they are they have opened admission and taking students. So the first thought came into my mind that I would be able to live in with my parents and would be able to also study, because I didn't want to study engineering. So like, this is something related to healthcare and life sciences. Okay, I'm fine with it, and I'll study. So that's my reason to study dentistry. To be honest, it was not some passion or aims. I don't want to make it up in the interview that, oh yeah, this was my dream come true. No, not at all. Most of the students go like that.
Yeah.
And in India, major part of the dentistry, so a dental institution, if I say, is private. There are very few government dental college. The huge fraction is private dental college, and students go there with the thinking that, okay, I have to study. I could and then when you are going through the 4 years of phase in dentistry, you do a lot of skilled work. Either I have handwork, you have clinical hours, and then you're doing a lot of study. In that, when you're going through it, what I have seen, and it could be just subjective to me. So one thing, that after dentistry you have to open your dental clinic, and you have to do patient, you have to run your clinic independently. You have to do these restorations, RCT, or I say in long, like, you have to do fillings, root canal, tooth extraction, and that's all. But you have to be very efficient in your work. You have to be a very good clinician, and the only one option which you hear usually is that you have to open your clinic. And the second thing, which is a global challenge in in a national challenge, which is that extremely limited jobs in the field of dentistry. Even in private institutions also, there is no job for dentistry, like salary jobs like other professions, including general doctors. So there's lack of jobs. So even your teachers or seniors, they will also say that, oh, you have to, after you finish your 4 years, you will become a doctor and you have to run your clinic. That's the only word you hear. So after finishing my BDS, when I started doing my clinic, I found it very hectic and very exhausting. It's a very physically demanding job, because you are attending one patient after another. Maybe you're doing some procedures on them. Maybe you are doing some tooth extraction or root canal, or you're doing some other work like scaling, etc. So it's overall, at the end of the day, you feel very physically exhausting. And when you're repeating the same job over months, then over years, you feel exhausted and hectic. What I realized after coming to UK is that this issue is not only in India. People in dentistry used to feel exhausted in clinical work because it is exhaustive. But in India, what people, your seniors or your professors will say that, oh no, you have to learn that and you have to learn the clinic, but they will not tell you the solution that what are the reasons you're getting exhausted, or they will not say that it is okay to get exhausted and it is okay to find other options if you are not liking it. Because that it is always other way around, because why you are not liking it, then why you studied it. And so there was less consideration on the part where people will give attention what you like to do, or are you enjoying the work of dentistry or not. So are you enjoying dentistry or not, this question is not asked that much in India, but I think in the West you still get a lot of support if you are facing a lot of stress and anxiety related to your dental work or dental course when you are a student. So that's what the only difference. And apart from that, there are definitely, you told me what are the opportunities. So there are various opportunities in dentistry in West, because after doing dentistry, people transcend themselves into a lot of different career paths. So I will take, for example, first of all is kind of research. Then second is you study something different in your post graduation. It could be epidemiology, it could be general public health, or you could study all other courses which are not available in India. So I've seen people studying regenerative medicine, stem cell research, and biomedical sciences is one of the very popular courses which from India, after doing BDS, now people are coming to pursue that course. And through that you can go into the field of research. And now when you come into the field of research, the knowledge which you have earned, say in regenerative medicine or public health, now you could apply again into dentistry and come back to your field. So it's like a circle.
Yeah.
So this opportunity is not that much available in India till now, because people still have a concept of uh, studying 4 years of dentistry and then you do BDS, and then after you do MDS, which is of 3 years. But after MDS, the concept of PhD in dentistry is not much popular, not that much discussed even in the educational institute. When you do BDS, that what are the options of PhD or encouragement to do PhD, or because after MDS in India, that's the concept that you have to either run your own clinic, or you have to get into job somewhere in corporate hospitals or in dental education institutes. But these many options which I told you right now is still maybe they're in development, but
Yeah.
not currently there in India.
I think you answered almost you answered halfway what would be my next question. So can you still highlight, like you told some course options, what people, if they want to go to the West and they want to pursue, so can you highlight some courses or other options which a BDS graduate from India, if they are trying to getting a step into the West, so what would be a kind of course of choice maybe, or what would be the options that they can take up, like you did your masters after and then now you are in your PhD, because that is kind of a track of path that you got it because of your masters there, so it kind of became streamlined for you. So similarly, if a BDS graduate today wants to pursue a course in the West, so can you just tell us some of the courses which are kind of popular, or which would help them for even develop their career in certain way?
Thank you, Gargi. So first of all, I would say from my experience that student after BDS must think, or they should give a time at least. I would not say it's just 1 week or 2 weeks. You could take a time of 3 months or 6 months, that what you want to do
Yeah.
after BDS. And now, in the days of internet, maybe at our time. So I graduated 10 years ago, so internet was not that much popular. Today you have Google, you have YouTube, you have channels like your channel, interviews on that. So to do a research, just options after BDS in India, and you will get a lot to read about. So my suggestion first is, it's a very pragmatic suggestion, that you go with that if, so first of all you have to decide that you want to do outside India or not, you want to move outside India with your BDS qualification or not. Because first you have to take the decision. After that, there lots of question would come, and I would not suggest anyone to follow someone else's path. So you are moving out abroad, there are wonderful opportunities. The most interesting and the most nice thing about moving abroad is that you get to pursue what you like, not just by because there were limited courses, there were due to limited options. You get to pursue what you like. So first you have to know what you like. For that you could just do a Google, go to YouTube channels, and you could find out the options, and then okay, I have 4 options, then what I would be like, what I would like. And then also, because it's moving abroad, you also have to think about the social aspect. That is, your family members, will they be encouraging you, what they think about it? Because moving abroad just not comes about just not, it's not about only study, it's also about immigration, moving about, doing all the process of immigration. And also, if you are thinking of pursuing masters, then is a huge financial need. So finance is also a factor. So all these things will how you think about it. If you are finding the course expensive, are you ready to take the education loan? Is your family ready for that? So those kind of factors you also have to think. So it's not that you just take the decision overnight, but I would suggest to thank all the students. And after that, the courses I would give you, what I like. I mean, other student might not like, but still I could give you the name of courses. What I did at masters is public health research, so it's epidemiology, which became very popular after the pandemic. So coincidentally, when I came to UK, the next year only pandemic happened, so public health research became immensely popular after that. And I saw in someone's video, they said that public health was the most trending study course in 2020 after pandemic. So after pandemic, its demand has hugely increased. So now, initially, maybe a decade ago, public health research was not that popular in India also, but now in India also, people after BDS, they are pursuing public health. And public health, what is most dynamic about public health, it's a very diverse course. It's kind of umbrella course, so you can further diverse to other specialization after doing public health. Say, like, if you do only healthcare management, you will be limited to healthcare management. But if you do public health, you could become a healthcare scientist. You could also transition to climate change and sustainability or housing, those things which are not related to that much health. But so it's overarching course. But apart from that, like I said, regenerative medicine, biomedical sciences, stem cell research, which is there are lots of universities in US and also in UK which are running this course, and in their eligibility, BDS is one of the criteria. So once you decide that I want to go abroad, then you have to decide which country. So every country is different. Most commonly people select US or UK, but these are not only the countries. And nowadays there are also options like Canada, Australia, New Zealand, but US and UK are the most popular countries. And US will be the best choice. Like, there are lots of opportunities because it's a big country, it has 50 states, so you will have a lot of opportunities. And public health is really an integral part of US healthcare system as well, UK healthcare system. So these two countries usually people choose. And other than that, Europe is also there, Netherlands, Germany. So there are a lot of countries. So then you have to make a selection which country I would like to move on, and that will not only be depending on your study. You have to also think what I like. you might like Europe than UK, and the other factor could be that okay, US UK has a lot of competitions. Many Indian students are immigrating there, so I will choose a less competitive country. So you have to be strategic also. Like I will suggest you can also look at Nordic countries like Sweden. Sweden is now looking for dentists, like if you have seen, and they are asking to international dentists also to apply. So I think in short, my answer would be first you do Google, just do Google and make a chart that what you like. So my second message would be do what you like, you know, regenerative medicine or public health. You want to like in field, or you want to like in lab. You want to do something on oral pathology. So oral pathology, and you can come here and work with then animal models. Those are interesting things. So, but that depends what you like.
Yeah, I think those are very practical and very pinpointed suggestions from your side, and I think these insights will really help who are listening to today us, as well as who will be seeing this video later. So Anna, you were talking about your challenges. So I think that is an interesting part, which we I would really like to know that how because COVID is something which has moved everybody all over the world. So things have changed, the world has changed, everything has changed
Yeah.
very very short span of time. So how did what were the challenges that you faced, and how exactly you solved them, and then you came back again on track, and you are doing today what you are doing, what you wanted to do. So can you tell us about that? Because I think those real life stories will definitely inspire others.
Oh, thank you, Gargi. Yes, so I think my journey uh, from BDS to masters to PhD has been rocking, not challenging, maybe as comparison to other students, because I have a very supportive family. So I wouldn't say that maybe I had to I had a lot of constraints, but I had my struggles. So like I said, I enrolled in BDS course because it was near my house and I would be able to live with parents. I think I would suggest the student not to do that, because I had gone through several years of confusion after BDS. What to do. If someone is there in your family already, dentist or doctor to guide, then that's a different scenario. In my house, so it's mostly people are engineers, so they have no idea about healthcare. So when I passed out BDS, after that I started with getting to work as a house surgeon. But big since in India, the place where I did my BDS, there was still a discrimination between government pass out BDS students and private pass out BDS student, because there is a this discrimination among the professionals also, because they think government college students are superior and they have cracked the joint entrance, but the private college students who are on the management quota, who have studied from management quota, are coming from well-to-do families and just got the degree. And they also, while so after coming after completion of your BDS in the real world of dentistry, when you will apply to different clinics, even to work as a junior dentist under a senior dentist, want to learn from them, they might tell you, oh, you're from private institution, and then you will say, I will not give you salary, you just work in my clinic without salary, and first observe here. If I find you efficient, I'll give you. And the salary is very very low, which is even lower than the daily wages workers. So that is one of the challenge which is still exist in India, which I saw in both so I have worked in two states, in West Bengal and Delhi, and I have seen the same scenario in both the states. So it is something to do with with this it is prevalent. Maybe it's prevalent in all other states in India. So something to look at by Dental Council of India, or or maybe IDS or regulatory bodies that there should be a minimum salary slab for dentists. They are professional. After 5 years, they are passing out. So I have seen people offering 8,000 per month or 10,000 per month. So maximum maybe 20,000 per month, but that's not what a dental surgeon should deserve, because I could show you the salary structure in West, and dentists are one of the richest professionals in West to be. So this inequality in income, this economic inequality in dentistry in India with respect to West is something, but that is to be that is for the DCI to look at, and then extremely limited number of jobs, and then there is obviously unsaid and hidden favoritism and groupism sometimes in universities. Professor favors some student, another student feel maybe like it instills a feeling of inferiority in them. So those things that I struggled a lot. So till 5 years after my graduation, so that's from 2012 to 2017, I couldn't figure out what I have to do, what I should do, because everyone was doing MDS by then. People who are not able to get a government college in MDS, they were just taking admission to MDS by management quota with lot of money. So that's also a lot of money. Private colleges in southern India, they ask a lot of money for 3 years. So I was not interested. So one day, what happened? My friend, we were in Delhi, and we were used to go to a coaching class for MDS. So I also went out to the same path which other students did. But I always used to say in between to my roommate. So that time there was my roommate. She was also BDS, and she was doing coaching to get MDS. And so she told me that you always say you want to go abroad after you want to go outside India. Then why you are studying for MDS? Why you're preparing for MDS? But in India you do, like, you say many things, but then you end up doing what everyone is doing. So yeah, so then I say that this is the only thing everyone is doing MDS after BDS. So she said, but it's they want to do it. If you want to go to abroad, you will get in. Even if you get into MDS, it will be 3 years. So you will be studying here 3 years, and then you will forget about your dream. So that's what, like, but that was very casual conversation. I didn't very much bother into it, and I started studying for the MDS. And but I don't know what happened now. Now I can't remember what happened. But then one day I just thought, let's apply to abroad universities. But how to do that? I reached out to a few initial friends, but their advice was not that helpful. So one day I was going through, and I saw one education consultant, abroad education consultant. So I went there, just I was so they told me, yeah. So that was first. So when they showed me that these are the universities, and the first question which I asked was, even like, after BDS, can I is there any courses which I can take abroad? So then they said that they didn't say, shared lots of courses which now I know, but they showed me a couple of courses which it's like health management, and then this public health research epidemiology, which they said it's very important part of the West, and people go there from different countries to pursue this. So then I think so I applied for 3 courses. The second one is very interesting, which I'm remembering now. So one is forensic. So forensic medicine, I also applied for forensic medicine, and I got accepted in one of the universities in USA. But that time I was still confused with my life. So my father said, you take public health, because you from public health also you can transcend into forensic, but if you do forensic you would be limited to forensic. So he suggested that time. So then I got, when I started applying, so there are lots of struggles, so it will take a lot of time. But then the education consultant, I think my consultant was very nice. So there are lots of complaints about education consultant, and I will tell you, suggest the students not to go to the education consultant. It's just my luck, it turned out good. So she told me that how to make, statement of purpose, letters of recommendation, which are usually not asked by Indian universities. So I learned making them, I made them. Then I started doing Google, but I had no idea of universities. So then she only suggested me universities, which I now think, so this is one point of regret, that I should have selected my own universities, which still, so I was still in that zone of depending on others, that what I should be doing. But still, so first application, she applied, or she made my CV, my degree, and she applied to universities. And I thought, it's just I'm applying because I'm not going to get any offer letter. I don't have in final year of BDS, I had very low, like not good marks like others, like 90% or 85%. So I was average marks, like 70 around. So she told me that the Western countries, they don't focus on marks. So that's one important thing to note about. They will not note about your marks. They are not marks focused. The one thing they will notice is your statement of purpose, that why you want to come to abroad and why you want to study, and then your letters of recommendation, those two things. And then obviously I had to write the exam, English language examination that you have to write. So on first chance, I got a pretty good score to apply in good universities. So if you get 7 out of 9 or 7 or 8, so 6 could limit you to not apply from certain good universities like Oxford, Cambridge, Harvard, and other elite universities with 6. But if you get 7.5 and 8, then so it's very good. So you give that exam and then you started applying. So I start getting offer. I think first offer I got from I think Swansea University in UK. Then I think I got offers from then Glasgow, Queen Mary, and then other universities. And then I made a choice with my father. And I also had to take education loan. When I came to UK, I saw like other students also coming from India. They all are like taking education loan and they are coming to study here. And not only Indians here, people like from other countries as well, and British people also, sometimes they take education loan to finish their education and they later repay by their own job. And when I came here, it was not just only education. I also learned how to live independently and how to live away from your house. So I think I kind of learned many life lessons as well, which was nice apart from study. And I think West, the first thing which makes it different, the West makes different, is that it is not marks oriented. They will not ask you how much you have scored and will judge only based on your marks, but will also include any experiences you have, small experiences, voluntary experiences you have done volunteer. And apart from that, they will also see your statement of purpose, what you are writing. So that was critical. So that's why I suggested earlier the students should do their own search and they should really think about what they want, what they like to do, even if their parents are saying something that, oh, you should do like this, but now they should take a call on themselves that what I want to do. But sometimes we have grown in an environment that it is difficult to take the decision as well, and we still depend on others. But that's my suggestion. That would be my suggestion. Not if not now, you can start from now onwards to take all the decisions by yourself. Because after coming here, after doing my masters in UK, when I went back to India, any career related decision I have taken by myself without the help of my parents. Even I let them, when I got my PhD, after getting the offer letter, I have told my father that I've got opportunity. So before that, I haven't told anything. So after that, it helped me to how to take decision. And I think I know that in future what I have to do, what steps I have to do. There would be uncertainty when you come outside of your country, in abroad. So life of immigrant is full of challenges. So you can make whole another podcast on it, or a interview session on that. That was so, but I will say there's a lot of, it's not only study, but as an immigrant, your life would be very difficult. So you make sure that you are ready to go through all the struggles. Like my father was very supportive. I'm giving example that he was okay to take the education loan on behalf of me, because you have to give collateral also if you take education loan more than 7 lakhs. So uh, so your family should be supportive. And the one thing I would really like to add here, on in context to financial constraint, many students want to go to abroad, but due to financial constraint, they step back. Europe is very good option, especially Germany. And if you look at France, these two countries, you have to learn Germany and France. But what's bad in that? You'll just learn that, and you have to give exam just like I gave English examination. Um, there if you get admission in public university, which many of my friends and juniors have, I've seen their tuition fee is zero, so it's literally zero. So you have to show funds when you are applying for visa only for your living expenses. So that might come down to a loan which you can take, education loan without collateral, and then you can come to abroad and you can do part-time jobs and easily repay it. And I have seen people repaying their education loan within 6 months, 7
Yeah,
months.
yeah, I have.
So these opportunities you might not get to explore in India, doing part-time jobs with your
Very difficult.
undergraduation or post-graduation. When you do job, it's not just the job, but you also you learn skills which helps you afterwards. You learn to be independent. Those things are also necessary. It's no, so India focus on theoretical knowledge too much that it forgets to focus on that a student also needs to earn the practical,
Yeah,
uh,
practical life lessons.
real world experience, which you say it's very important here. So yes, but yeah, but the other thing is that many people are very critical of going outside to
Yeah,
study in West.
I think that is also a reason where, like as you said, that when you first tried, you went to you had no idea where to go, whom to ask, and even if you asked, you didn't get that proper pathway.
Yeah, no,
You started with the option of education consultants. So
yeah.
again here, I think it's more of less. I mean, less exposure, of knowledge in these areas. So, and so in that context, I think we are almost at the concluding part of our conversation, and I would like to ask you that, like you give very good suggestions, Anna, and I think these are very. It's not about your experiences, but these are very practical guidance, which I think helps anybody who just wants to follow their dreams, or if they want to pursue higher studies and stuff. Are there any specific resources, websites, because today's world is information overload. It was not like our time. Can you suggest this kind of resources, if you can, so that students can actually go and find some information? It would be really helpful for our fresher audience here.
So LinkedIn, where you reached me, I think what I used to do even after going back to India, used to see LinkedIn, and one of the professional whom you interviewed, Satvik. I reached Dr. Satvik through LinkedIn only. I found him in LinkedIn,
Oh,
and yeah. So, and I found a lots of professionals who are BDS, and now they are abroad through LinkedIn. And what I used to do, I reached out to them through message. It not You don't have to expect that you will get a reply, but you have to reach out to them. And I used to send connection requests to enlarge my network. So LinkedIn is a very good source if student, but you have to be very dedicated and very persistent. It's not that 1 month you're not getting any replies, you stopped searching. So that you have to be like, if you want to go outside, if you settle in abroad, you have to be very persistent. You have to do a lot of sacrifice. You have to be ready to work very hard, harder than in India. Because I have encountered my fellows or other students who used to ask me that, oh, how long it will take, and in how much time will I get a job, is that a good job, how the job prospects are. So if you will come, you will study good, you will work hard, then you will get a good job. It's very competitive, you have to work hard for that. So I am not that, I'm not the right person to ask. But so people first start thinking about job, oh, it's very tough, I'm not going to go there. So I have seen also that So which is very natural. So I think LinkedIn, and then Facebook also. You can search on Facebook, but I would suggest LinkedIn over Facebook or any other sites. LinkedIn, you will also find WHO officers who are in working for oral health. So now WHO has brought new universal oral health coverage by 2030, and many professionals are working on that. And you will find lots of public health professionals on LinkedIn. They keep posting, I think Dr. Satvik only keeps forwarding any PhD vacancies, any postdoc vacancies. So I think LinkedIn nowadays, and I think first a simple Google that what are the options. Even if you Google what you are thinking, that okay, oral health professionals who have done public health, or I want to work in UNICEF or WHO in oral health, what are the prospects? Because now every institution has their own their LinkedIn site, Twitter. So Twitter is another good option, because all the professionals are on Twitter, and they keep posting vacancies also. If they need research assistant, if they need job, if they have job placements. There is no any specific website in dentistry. That's a good idea, for someone to build upon it, to just for dentistry or just for Indian dentist. But there are official of websites, and even in sometimes you have family responsibilities, so you can come up for temporary fellowships also, like like MD, FRCPS, and fellowship in maxillofacial surgery. For you have to just here for examination, and you can also come up for that. Or you can also prepare for licensing exams of different countries. I've seen many dentists have wrote licensing exam. So like you can write exam, ORE exam for UK, or NBD for US, and also there's for Canada. Sometimes they are very expensive. So most of the students then they think, okay, let's go by another path, non-clinical path, and then I will convert when I'm, because it's a lot easier when you are in the country. So then you can get to know more. So for example, now I'm in UK, I can reach out to a dental clinic and I could request, oh, could I get some more information that would be more relevant. So like that. But like you asked me, a specific website in India, I don't think it has, but for global opportunities. So LinkedIn is very good way of making network and starting. Google is already there, and Twitter to follow oral health professionals. And the one thing is which I forgot to say is that whenever you will go to university website, any university, first you can just Google top 200 universities in the world. You will see times higher their website or QS ranking. You can shortlist at least, even not many, you can just shortlist 5 universities maybe, based on what you think, and then you can go to their website and go to dental. You type dental in the search and you will get all the information. It's very informative. Like, even you don't need, that's why I said you don't need actually an educational consultant, because I now think that I have missed out applying to some good universities, better universities, where I should have. But I think where I am, I have got a lot of help. And in West University, they give a lot of attention to your mental health. So if you're going through stress, they have a lot of support systems, which is not there in India. So don't worry. I think they will provide you with all the support. And nobody is going to scold you if you haven't done the work. Nobody is going to say that you have got low marks in front of the class. Like, they don't display marks. They mail you in closed letters. And so you don't have to worry about that. But yes, because you are an immigrant, you're on visa, they say if you don't show progress, they will report to home office, and then you have to come back. So but if you're coming to abroad, that is less likely to happen, because obviously you're not coming here to enjoy, you are coming here to study. So you will have that in your mind. So that's, I think it's nice to explore the research opportunities, and working in maybe UNICEF, WHO in oral health. Those opportunities, for those, you definitely should come to, could reach out to these countries. Maybe depends on you. Australia is also a nice option, and you can also get the option of converting into PR if you are interested to be there. So lots of options are there. I think there are lots of options, and one interview is, I think, short to
To
everything in
tell
detail.
everything.
But
Yeah.
I hope I have cover few
Yes,
things.
yes. I think you gave a lot of insights, practical insights. See again, like as you were mentioning, like just by reading or just understanding from somebody else who is giving it as a service, compared to that, understanding from a real person who has gone through the journey. I think all the insights that you gave are very practical, and I think this is going to help whoever sees this video and they have an aspiration, or if they want to go abroad and they want to do something else, or whatever, as you say, whatever they like. So I love that statement, because I think that is very important in
Oh,
life.
thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. And like I said, you could also reach out if someone will reach out to me on LinkedIn.
Yes.
So I could also tell them. Many people do reach out to me on LinkedIn asking how MPH is there. But most of the people ask me, how about the job prospects? So my advice is to first you think about
Sure.
how you're going to do your studies, how to perform well, rather than focusing on just directly on job.
Yes.
And when you are coming to west, you were only competing with Indians in your country. Now you will be competing with people from all over the countries in these countries. So if you are coming thinking that there will be no competition, no stress, so then you were very wrong, because immigrant life is full of challenges. But then it has the flip side also. So then like I said, that it is to think. I think it's because I think in India we don't think, we directly follow the path which is
For the
in
path.
front of us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now I would not have done, like I said, I would not have, maybe I wouldn't have done maybe dentistry, or I would have done something in undergraduation, maybe regenerative medicine if there was in India, but I discovered that quite late. But I think then that is why it is important you think what you like, and then there would be ways to work through it. That's it. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Anna. And just one last question. What would be your message to all those who are, freshers, or they are just passing out, or in the final year intern, because that's the again a transition phase. So, what would be your message to them regarding their, following their career? And I think you gave already many information, but I think a message from you will definitely inspire them and encourage them.
Oh, thank you. I would suggest that what I didn't do, because after finishing my BDS, it was, I kept thinking over years that what should I do. But I will ask, because today there is the era of internet and social media. Just be on LinkedIn, Twitter, and then you do a Google that what are the options. You will get, there are a lot of posts on what are the options after BDS in India. So you get that. So you take a pen or paper, if you like to be more digital, or make a sheet on Excel that these are the options. You make a list, and then you try to think which one interests you, because many people are not interested to go to transition to a non-clinical profession. For them, it's the options, like for them, I think relatively less options are there, but that's not bad, because I've seen people writing licensing exams or doing fellowships in that. So you can do that also. Or so you check all the options. There are also options in pharmaceutical organizations, in medical communications, which a lot of BDS are taking up now in India also. People who are not liking clinical work, they are taking it up. And if you are not liking clinical work, I think I will like to give this message: don't worry, many people don't like, so you don't have to feel bad about yourself that why I'm not liking it. Yeah, maybe you have not planned your BDS, so that's why you're not liking. And it is very exhausting. You are not the only one. All over the world, people find it very exhausting. Clinical work is overall very exhausting, and this is a challenge. So don't feel bad on yourself. Yeah. So, but yeah, make like what are the options available? Make your chart, make your analysis, but do proper analysis. Like, yeah, that you have to do by yourself. And if you need any help, you can refer to these YouTube videos and Google, and you also could reach out to me and other people. And lots of people have helped me on LinkedIn. They have answered back to me. So many have not, but many have. So you have to do like that.
Yeah.
Or other websites which you were saying, I got I recalled, like scientist jobs. then you can also search jobs in Norway. Like I said, Nordic countries, they have their own websites. So you can just Google first, like dentist in Norway, and then you will see a list of websites, and then you will check one of them. It's very time taking. So you can start, like if you are an intern on final year, so keep maybe on weekends, take 2 hours and do that. Yeah, you will get to know. So, but figure out first what you like to do, and then you
I
could
think
work out on that.
that's the main takeaway with this
It's
conversation.
what you like.
You
Yeah.
like. So
Yeah,
that's
don't listen to anyone else. Or
yes,
sometimes I have heard from students that seniors or professors are like maybe sometimes discouraging. They might say some discouraging words. Don't be sad, because also sometimes it happens because they have not done it, so they have no idea. So maybe they're saying something out of concern, that, or how you do it. So
exactly.
don't. But you can say to your professor or seniors also, no, I have done Google, I've seen many students have gone on LinkedIn, I know many students, so what you are saying is not right. So you can do that as well. So do what you like I said. And I think the what I've seen people now doing this biomedical sciences is really nice if you love lab work, biomedical science. And the one which is, when I got admission for my second master's in Netherlands, but I couldn't take it up because I thought then I have to do master's and again PhD, so I dropped it. That was in molecular medicine.
Oh
I
wow.
really wanted to do that course.
Very
That's
nice.
a wonderful course. You get to do research on DNA and RNA. And if you want to do a course maybe in CRISPR or something, so molecular medicine, I will suggest to students who are very interested, you check on Netherlands, Radboud University, molecular medicine, and I think Rutgers as well. So I think for a specific course, there are like lots of universities, but you could like if someone have some queries, or you can do a different session on that, like what is molecular medicine and regenerative, like those stream, or public health and epidemiology is completely different stream. So uh, like I said, what you like, do
Yeah,
that.
so we took the
Yeah,
tagline. Do what
and
you like.
select a country which you like see pictures Germany, oh, I'm liking Germany. See pictures of UK, see pictures of US, where you want to go. See, universities in West are all nice, like you will enjoy them. So look at the country where you want to go. Maybe you're interested. I also applied to Switzerland had some wonderful university, Zurich University, Basel. So, oh my God, I was so interested to go there. But anyway, I think I'm in a nice place. That's the best place for me. But you search the countries as well where you want to go, and like the countries where there is zero tuition fee would be great. So I think must look at Germany and France. So yeah, they are anyway so beautiful. So just once you reach there, it would be. But uh, that would be a later part, how to deal with it. But getting the admission is the foremost. So which course, which country, but based on your liking, not what others are doing. So that's the message. Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Anna, for being here and
Oh,
spending
thank you. It was
your time
lovely.
with us.
Yeah.
Fantastic having you here, and I hope we'll meet in the future with more superpowered
Yeah,
conversations as well.
definitely. Yeah, I would like to congratulate you on what you are doing. It's really innovative and really commendable. Congratulations on that.
Thank you,
Yes.
Anna. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody,
And
for being here and joining our conversation. I hope this session has opened your eye and you have got a lot of information. So, as Anna says, do your own search and do what you like. So, that's our takeaway message. Thank you. So, I'll meet you again in another episode, next episode of Eclipse.
looking forward to that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.